Hi guys, so recently I just put in a service call for this GE refrigerator double door that I have, which recently started leaking underneath the left door where the ice maker is. So me being a new homeowner, I called GE, gave them the serial number, the model number, and they sent the technician over here. Technician took apart the panel, and he winds up spending little to no time after he took off the panel and said, "Oh, you need a new solenoid valve." So what I did was, being the technician that I am, I took it apart, okay? And after I noticed that they ended up sending me the valve in the mail via FedEx, my mom actually gave me a brilliant idea and said, why not just keep the valve if all that's wrong with it is the water line, which is pretty much worn out. So what I did was I popped it out, okay, and I cut it. Okay, now what you can see here is this groove is a little bit worn out on the tubing. So what I did was I cut it because what was happening is water was leaking through the actual fitting as opposed to the valve itself. So the technician that came in from GE was in such a rush to order the part, come back, probably bust me in the head for some labor fees, and was just gonna make a quick smash and grab. So what I did was I took apart the water valve, okay, which pops out like this. And what you gotta feel as opposed to look for is whether there's a groove in the water line or not. Now, if you feel as though there's a little bit of a groove on the water line, which is just enough space for water to seep through, then that's your problem. It's not the valve. It's just the water line being worn out. So I did the same for the other water lines, and I had to snip this one because it was a little worn out as well. And this one was fine, so I just popped it back in. But should you have an issue with your GE refrigerator, instead of paying the GE guy to come over and take a look at it for you and not even do half a job as good as yours, then you're better off saving the part that they order you, and you're better off just doing it yourself. So that saves your money in your pocket. So this way you're not losing money to the GE guy and the company when they come in to fix your fridge. You can do it yourself, okay? So if you have any questions, feel free to inbox me, and we'll help you troubleshoot your refrigerator. I'm pretty sure many of you had this issue, but just simply don't know where to look as opposed to where it could be leaking from. So you don't want to rush to assume it's something that you can't just fix yourself. But I will say, as long as you have a shutoff valve behind your fridge, you can service it yourself. If you don't, you just don't want water leaking all over the place, and there will be a little residual water that comes from the water that you pop out of the solenoid valve. So you want to have a bucket handy, and you're pretty much good to go, man.